Welcome back to TimTalk with Simon Watson and with Tim.
Hello, Tim.
Hello, Simon. Now we'd like to talk about Qigong. How did you come across Qigong?
Well, I think Qigong really goes hand in hand with Tai Chi. You start with Tai Chi and then maybe the teacher will show you some Qigong, and they share many things in common. And although the emphasis is probably more, you're not so preoccupied with thinking of attacking or defending, so it gives you a chance to be more in touch with your quietness and more in touch with your being still and calm, which is basically the root of Tai Chi, internal martial arts, so that it kind of helps, really. But I started learning Qigong from Qigong, Chinese master called Qigong, who I believe back in the day was very popular in Germany, had a big following here. And he went back to see his teacher with my father to Hong Kong. My father met Yang Chao Shung, who was the son of Yang Cheng Fu, his eldest son. And when my father came back, this is old school now, like Bruce Lee, this is like a film. No, but this is how it was. He had been given, Qigong had been given permission by his teacher to teach Zhanzhong. Master Chu had a place very similar to this. Very nice space in his house, probably not as big as this. It was about £1 a lesson for 3 hours. Yeah, it's very expensive. No, we're going back into the 70s. And he decided to teach Zhanzhong, and it was quite punishing the way he introduced it, because you all was in a room like this, and your introduction, and me as a young boy as well, didn't I? Just stood there like this, and basically it was for an hour or 45 minutes before the class. Yeah, to me, I was kind of, it was very difficult. Yeah. But it is the bedrock of understanding. Not that I practice it a lot. I find it very difficult. I like to move. It's a difficult discipline. Anyway, having said all that, doing various Qigongs, I obviously have trained with Professor Li Deyin and his family for a long time in China, and have been travelling to China. And as a result, I think it was Professor Li, when my father was over there, suggested that my father, when he was training with Professor Li, there's a man teaching at the sports university, go along, which my father went along and met Professor Zhang Wonder. And he is the professor. He's written over 10 million characters like this on Daoyin. Daoyin. It's very. He is a very talented scholar and practitioner of Qigong. Very researched, beautiful, and I came back to England. My father came back to England in 1989. We started promoting his stuff. Didn't have any permission, but we just loved it. Didn't know what we were doing. Had no concept of and in fact, we were so naive, we thought, we'll use this as a warm-up for our Tai Chi. And then gradually, as we become more and more familiar with the system and the subtleties and the detail, it captured my imagination, and as a result of promoting him, I had a Chinese student called Diana Choi, who I met at a competition, Dan Doherty's competition in London. She approached me and said, can I come to your classes? And then she learned some Daoyin. She went back to China and said, there's 2 gentlemen in England, they don't say a lot, they don't advertise, but they're teaching your system. But there's someone else is saying that and he said, I want them to come over. So my father went back, and he made my father a disciple. And then he made me an indoor disciple, which meant I could go and train like you and I, one-on-one. for hours a day and just ask questions. And so I've been very lucky. I've had some teachers like Leader Yin, top, fantastic, best, and also Professor Jang. They're similar generation, so I've been very lucky.
Okay, very nice. And Qigong is an important part of your life as well.
To be honest, the older I'm getting, the more I'm enjoying Qigong. And to be honest, I do some classes for my elder ladies, and when I first start them, I start with Qigong. I don't like to go into detail, look, this isn't Tai Chi, it'd be too confusing. This is like Tai Chi. And then gradually I might teach them just a few basics. But as I'm getting older, I really enjoy the Tai Chi very much.
Okay. Thank you.
I was going to just... Sorry. I just wanted to say, I'm over with Jan and he asked me to teach this is called the Tai Chi Bung. B-A-N-G, like bang, but bung with the accent. And it's not part of... Professor Zhang has two systems. Daoyin Yang Shen Gong, which is Qigong, and then Daoyin Tai Chi. So he has 3 palm sets, swords, fans, and this is from his Tai Chi system. And it's an exercise for working on your energy. These are called the pearls. This is called the neck. This is called the body. And you use this to press points, energetic points in your body, and use it to maybe massage, maybe to help stimulate your wrists. Around your wrists in Chinese acupuncture and Chinese medicine, classic traditional Chinese medicine, they say if you have a problem with your heart or any of your major internal organs, you go to the source points or the yuan points, which are to do with your kidney energy, and they are located around the hand and wrist and around your feet. So because we're not working on martial arts anymore, we need to stimulate the wrists. Or they say you must take every opportunity to cut and press your wrists. Cutting, here is Shen Men. It's a very important yuan point, the number one important point for your heart. So you need to massage. Here is Tai Yun. This is for your lung. In Chinese medicine, your lungs and your heart are neighbours. So if your neighbours get on, you get on with your neighbours. Hey, good morning, Tim. Good morning. You're very relaxed. If your neighbours are upstairs banging on the ceiling, playing their stereo, then you're going to be you can't sleep, you're very stressed. So because your lungs and heart are neighbours, in Chinese medicine they say you must bring them into harmony. So working on Shen Men and your lungs. If you're working on your lung energy, in Chinese, Yan has a thing up there, maybe I'll get it down here tomorrow with the 5 elements. They have mutual and helping. If you're working on your lung energy, because Daoyin is about balance, you have to work on the sun. Say you're my son, I'm your father. The child relationship with your lung is your kidneys. So you must also work on your kidneys. So if you're working on your heart, your lung energy, you lift your feet and stimulate your yuan points to help balance your kidneys and your lungs. One is the mother, one is the child. If the mother can't feed you and nurture you, you will suffer. If you're up all night going, and your mum can't sleep, she will suffer. So you have to balance. So it's all about balance. So it's not just simply an exercise, and it's an insult. Can I carry on? It's an insult to Chinese for us. We pin our Western mechanical, this is to do with the fascia, this is to do with the joints and the bones. They don't, there is a certain, but they're thinking as in terms of Qi. and the meridian system. They're not thinking into, we only look on the outside, they're thinking of 5 elements, your blood, your chi, your meridians and the body fluids, and how to influence them through subtle movement. So there's a different emphasis on this from if you're fighting, you're thinking of your opponent, and here, your mind on this particular exercise is on your dantian, but you are also stimulating tai yun shen nen and your kidney.
Okay.
I could go on and on and on, but I'd better save your viewers. They'll think, I can't sleep tonight, I'm going to watch this interview. It'll be Thank you, Tim.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Goodbye.